Well guys, we're back again, and this time we have quite a common issue on the M140i. So if I'm saying this right, the PCV valve appears to have failed. I thought the flipping engine was away. I was sitting there and the next minute it was starting to build revs up and squealing like a banshee. Not good. And obviously there was puffs of smoke coming out of the back. Unfortunately, I can't get it to do it again, and nor do I want to in case it causes engine damage, but I will insert a clip now to show you what it sounds like. So what we're going to do here today is basically repair this. So I've got this kit, repair kit. Otherwise, take the BMW and you do it. I believe you take the crankcase off, and that comes as one piece. This cap is supplied as part of the kit. Comes with a spring, and there's a wee diaphragm in there. I'm hoping this is the right part for my car. We'll know shortly. But basically, when you're trying to pry off the cap that's on the car, but it sort of clicks into place very tightly, you have a good chance of cracking it. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and get this off, and I'll show you how to install a new one. So bear with me, and hopefully this solves the issue, or with something a bit more sinister going on. So fingers crossed again that it actually is a PCV valve. It has all the symptoms of it. As I say, initially I thought, oh my, what the heck, like my engine's flipping on the way out here. So let's get to it. So remove your engine cover. And now let's see. So we'll just show you the PCV valve so we know what we're doing here. So oil, and in here is the PCV valve. So that's tight. So we'll have to pry this very gently from underneath, basically to get it to crack open. So we'll crack on, as the saying goes, and we'll inspect the diaphragm that's in it. One thing to do before start, in case I forget, when you're removing this cap, remove it slowly, because there's a spring underneath it, and you might need that spring if your kit, the new kit, comes with the wrong size of spring. So hopefully it doesn't. Right, so we're just going to try use one of these and pry this open. Right, I believe it does take a bit of wiggling to get it. There we go. So you want to hear that clicking? Hopefully you did hear it. Just sort of work your way around it. This force it. There we go. So a wee bit of manoeuvring to get that. There we go. Let's see if we can show it. So that's the valve, the diaphragm, and that is our spring. Spring looks okay. Get a pair of gloves. For anyone that doesn't know PCV valve, I don't even know if I mentioned this now, I can't remember. It stands for positive crankcase ventilation. And from what I can gather, it's like a blow by type valve. So any gases that aren't burnt basically get like recycled back in, something to do with emissions. So let's see if we can see anything wrong. Of course, it's getting very windy out here. What's the chances of? It's very slatey. And of course, as luck would have it, I didn't break my cap. Well, there we go, see? Hole. So that's the culprit there that was causing what I thought was my engine on the way out. So, good result. I'm really not impressed with how windy it's getting. Makes life hard. So as you can see here, springs are both the same. And feel the same springiness. Is that a thing? The same springiness. No. It seems okay. Get this back together. I'll just use the original stuff. So, spring. I don't know if you can see that. I'll just move it a bit closer. Spring sits down there. What is this camera doing, folks? So yeah, the spring sits there, and then your wee cap goes on top of it. So and then your diaphragm, wee circly bit, should sit neatly on that, and then that should sit down in there like this. Now the issue we have here is I'm on my own, so we need the, if I just put the cap on, there's a good chance that could go sideways like that and not seal. So what we're going to do, hopefully this works, is set the cap on and we use a heavy hammer to hold that down. So let's go get a heavy hammer. And of course, being in the glorious UK, so we have a hammer sitting here. So let's just make sure that looks like it's seated. We'll set the hammer on like so. Hopefully the wheel look around it. Yeah, right, that's alright. So we'll set that back on. Now the trick here, we're going to use the engine pressure or vacuum to put that in place. So we'll start the car now. Fingers crossed this works. There we go. All seated. Put the new cap on. And job's a good one. Right. So, sorry about the noise there, obviously. Obviously just make sure that's definitely on tight. Don't want it popping off, but it is, and you probably couldn't hear it, obviously with the noise of everything, but it did click into place but you always just make sure you press it hard, make sure it is seated. Don't press too much in the middle, because as you can see it moves and you don't want it cracking again. Yep, that seems to be a good enough job. So there you have it. Any questions, leave me a comment. Like and subscribe as ever. That's basically how to replace your PCV valve. Too zoomed in there. See my ugly face that close up. So yeah, any questions, leave me a comment, let me know. I keep you informed, I suppose. Has this actually fixed the issue? I thought I covered myself in the oil there. Thank God I didn't. So until next time.